Hey everybody, it's Greg again. It's another edition of Unbreakable the podcast. Yay! And it is Wednesday, Hump Day, January 15th. Hey, we're like halfway through January, which is great. That's great news. Oh my God, January sucks. I can't stand it. Oh, and it's cold. Oh God, it's cold. It's like 22 degrees here in Pennsylvania. Actually, it's going to be colder next week when I go back into the hospital. I had this other eye done, the high 27, the wind chill, feeling like it's single digits. Huh? Good thing I'm in the hospital. Good thing they do surgery indoors. I haven't heard about them doing surgery outdoors. Anyway, yes, it's true. Next Wednesday, at this very time, I could be under the knife. You know what I mean? Uh, but you know what? I'm actually looking forward to because number one, I had this other eye, the right eye was done. And I went from, get this, I went from my vision was right, it's really bad. First of all, I had cataract, which made everything kind of shadow dark, you know. And but my eyes, my vision has never been clear since I was a kid. And of course, we're talking about 130% years ago. So, you know, uh, it's amazing what they can do. It's like science fiction. Took the cataract out, popped in a new lens on television. Oh God, now I can't wait to get the left one done because everything's kind of screwed up. This eye is clear, this eye is not, and this was the good eye. The left eye was the good eye. So I'm actually, it's kind of funny, you know, when you go into the hospital the first time, you're apprehensive because even though you know it's going to be okay, you're actually going in for a good reason to get the cataract out. Well, still, you know, everybody's a little worried. They're a little nervous, but you know, this time I'm looking forward to. I'm like, okay, give me the IV. Come on, bring it on. Come on. um, I'll just be glad, you know, that it's all done and in the past. So, couple things to it. Oh, before I forget. Speaking of lie, how can I forget? And I did it. Our friend, oh God, there he is. Look at the tongue man, huh? Look at that bad eye, huh? Poor guy. That's our bud. We love him and we miss him. What a guy he was, too, huh? Furry, soft and warm. Hell of a tongue man, huh? Hell of a tongue. Look at that beard. Ah, okay, my God, we miss him. So, did you hear about all this crazy stuff going on? Oh, wait a minute. You know, I got this new calendar. And of course, January 15th, so 15 days. And instead of the far side, I was something to laugh at every day. I figured, well, I've got plenty of them like that. Just, you know, tell myself a joke every day. Here's the thing. I need to be educated, you know? So I got this calendar here and it's got in fact every day. And I want to lay this one on you. You ready? It's for your own education till you're never too old to learn. And here's today's fact. When a person, read by the good eye, when a person gets a kidney transplant, they usually just leave the original kidneys in their body and put the third kidney in the lower abdomen. Well, I don't know how I feel about that, you know? When just leaving parts in there. I mean, what if they left the bad cataract in my eye and they just you know put the new lens in it? How would that? And no, take it out, take it out. Don't they like when you have a heart transplant? Um, they take the old heart out, right? And they put the new heart in. You mean to tell me that we put the kidney in there? Right. I, I didn't know that. They just stick it in. Yeah, it's like, oh, we'll just leave it here. We'll put, well, you know what? It looks like this guy's got a big rear end. Let's put the kidney back there. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Did you hear all this weird stuff? Now, by the way, we're going to talk Eagles stuff. You know, all week long, we're going to talk Eagles, 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 because by Sunday, I tell you what, we're really going to talk about that too, but I have some initial thoughts I want to share with you. But before we do, speaking of Eagles, did you hear about that guy at the Eagles game who was cursing out that Packers fan lady? I don't even want to dignify what he was called. And, you know, it wasn't right what he did because her boyfriend apparently had a camera, a body cam, and was videotaping both men and putting on social media. So they tracked this guy down, they found out who he was. And not only did they ban him for life from any future Eagles games, we found out where he worked and he was fired. He was fired. All because he made an ass of himself at a football game. Maybe he was a little drunk. That's no excuse. You should never, ever be ready to do that. Especially calling a woman what he did. What the hell's wrong with that guy? But something else happened now. They found out that the boyfriend who taped it all, it may have been like a setup because who takes a body camera into a football game? And apparently this guy, this kid, he's an influencer, whatever, you know, on TikTok or something. And was trying to get content and all this thing. You know, this didn't happen back in the day when I was growing up. They didn't even have an internet, right? So it was a much safer time back in 1822 than me. But anyway, so this is a whole big thing, you know. Should have this guy been fired? Blah, blah, blah. What about this other guy who apparently set up a GoFundMe page and asked for donations to send him to the football game? Right. It would be like me saying, give me money to go to the World Series. You know, anything goes. People have no shame. So this is a big thing back and forth, you know. And it gives Philadelphia fans a bad name again. You know, just when we were finally getting over the Santa Claus incident, like after 30 years or whatever, you know. So but yeah. Yeah, there's people on social media, oh, there goes those rotten Philly fans, you know. Some, but not all. That's what I say. How would you like if I said, oh, all those Green Bay Packer fans, all those cheeseheads, cheese on their heads, you know, break their heads, you know, what do you want, a cheesesteak? Put your head down, and not break. No, you don't speak in generalities. You don't do that. Not all Philly fans are bad. That's what I'm saying, world. Look at me. That no, it's true. It's honestly, it's true. Not all people are bad. Not all people are good. You have some good, you have some bad. Philadelphia fans have a bad reputation of being a little salty at times, you know, and being very passionate about their teams. I get all of it. And I'm not excusing that guy. He was guilty as charged, but not all fans are that. So I just didn't like the thing. I think people coming on from Green Bay, even Chicago was throwing their opinion in. What the hell are they to stay out of it, Chicago? And they're in, oh yeah, all Philadelphia fans are there. Even through the Phillies fans are there. Phillies fans, what the hell do we do? We just sit there and sleep. We don't do anything. So what a mess, huh? What a mess. Did you hear about this lady who got scammed online? You know what happens every day, right? People getting scammed left and right, scam, scam, scam. But this was a whopping. Oh my God. This lady, it's somewhere in Europe, Netherlands, I think. They had a guy who was pretended to be Brad Pitt. No, I kid you not. Listen to me. Listen to me. You're going to find this story to be very unbelievable, but apparently it's true. This guy was one there pretending he was Brad Pitt. He was sending this lady all kinds of pictures and stuff. And he made the excuse that Brad Pitt, the Brad Pitt, wanted to touch base, so to speak, with some of his fans. He wanted to get to know him on a more personal level, so to speak. You know what I mean? And so he was touching, reaching out and touching, well, not literally, but reaching out to this one lady. And she was like, why me? Why me? He said, well, you just seem like a nice lady, blah, blah, blah. So they were talking back and forth every day on social media for a year and a half. And she really thought it was Brad Pitt. She was talking to the Brad Pitt, and that Brad Pitt was divorcing his wife and was falling in love with her. That's, can't believe it. Well, then, you think that's bad? Huh? It gets worse because they set you up for the scam and then they put the hammer down. Because what happened was he started asking for this money. He said, send me, wire me some money for some reason. Yes, I'm Brad Pitt. I'm worth $300 million, but I don't have enough money to buy a Wawa hoagie. Oh, can you lend me a couple bucks? Maybe like 1,500. Anyway, this lady was, what are you gonna do, right? I mean, come on, it's easy to say she was stupid. I can't, duh. We all do stupid things in love, especially when you're in love, right? I mean, look at me. Back in the past when I was in love, how many times you do stupid, stupid things and you look back on it, I'm sure you have too, and you say, I was really a jackass there, wasn't I? What the hell was I thinking? You know? Well, so she started sending him, and of course, that opened the door. Then the next scam was, uh, I'm sick, I'm Brad Pitt, and people don't know it because I'm hiding it from them that I'm undergoing cancer treatments. And I'm in the hospital and I need you to send me my money because my insurance, even though I'm worth like 330 million, like I told you, my insurance doesn't cover me. So you got to send money because you need to want to save my life because I'm Brad Pitt and I'm good looking and I'm in love with you and we're going to be married soon. So the family knew it. And most of the family, of course, got this guy's full of crap, you know? But she's gonna do what she wants to do. Okay, okay. She ends up sending, oh, by the way, the guy sends her pictures of Brad Pitt in bed, in a hospital bed, not the kind of bed you're thinking. It's an AI generated photos. Well, you could put anybody's face or body on anybody. And so it's a picture of this guy in a hospital gown laying in bed with the IV in him, and it's a Brad Pitt's face is on him. I kid you. So they think it's real. She thinks it's real. To make a long story short, she ends up sending this fake Brad Pitt $850,000. I mean, you heard me right. $850,000. She must have done a good job. I don't know. Of course, that was the last she heard of Brad Pitt. Well, how did she get a clue? Because she saw in a magazine or something that Brad Pitt was not divorcing his wife, but that Brad Pitt had a new girlfriend because he didn't have a wife to divorce. He did that already. Angela Jolie, whatever her name is. And he had a new girlfriend. So all this time, this lady was being taken for a rat, you know. And it is a shame. It's sad, isn't it? That people have to resort to that. But they set you up for a year and a half. They set her up until they bang. They put the hammer down and they hit her for money. And then, bye. Never hears of Brad Pitt again. And it's sad because apparently this lady got very depressed. She tried to submit it. People don't think, or they do think, and they just don't care. That's how people are sometimes. These scammers, they don't care what it does to your life. They just want this. That's all they want. So it's very simple. So my advice to you, dear loyal viewer listener, is be careful. Don't send Brad Pitt any money. Especially if Brad Pitt contacts you and says, I don't have any insurance. By the way, I guess you didn't know that I'm getting pretty close to 500 episodes of this dog show. And I think in about 3 weeks, I'll hit episode number 500. I don't know what I'm going to do for soon. Maybe I'll try to get the dogs here. We'll have snacks. How about that? We'll have snacks. We'll order out pizza. We'll have the guy deliver the pizza ready to the bedroom. We'll have snacks. How's that sound? But you didn't know all this time that you've been watching me, listening to me, that I am actually Tom Cruise. Yep, listen. I have an AI generated face that looks like a leg. I'm Tom Cruise. All right, enough of silly shit. I've been thinking about this ebook today. And the more I think of it, the more I really love the ebooks. And I'm telling you, well, we know the Rams just came off of a very emotional game because of wildfires out there in LA. It distracted the Chargers. The Chargers just looked themselves and they ended up losing to the Texans. Well, the Rams had the opposite effect. Everything that's going on in LA motivated them. They had no extra motivation. Yes, it's a playoffs, but they just had to spark they did it for the city, for the people. So, but it's very hard to sustain that emotional high, And as I told you yesterday, emotion is a big part in sports. You have to be aware of emotion. Like I always look like if it's a player's birthday, or if they just got engaged or something that's special happened in their life, they usually perform very well the next time they enter the playing field, or basketball court or a hockey rink or whatever. It's just emotion. It's just things that they do, right? But it's hard to sustain. Usually that'll last maybe one game and then it does that. So I don't think the Reds are going to be able to sustain that. I think they do have to travel all the way across country in a short week because don't forget, The Rams played on Monday night. Now all of a sudden, they play Sunday afternoon again. Their practice schedule is all screwed up because the wildfires have had they've thrown everything into turmoil as far as the practice field and their schedules. Now they have to go all the way across the country. And the big thing is the weather. The Rams are going to have to play indoors. And from what I'm hearing now, it might be a little messy late afternoon Sunday, early evening Sunday around Philadelphia. In fact, they're saying that if we get anything, it could be snow showers. Now, Los Angeles Rams are not used to playing in snow showers. We know that. And I think the Eagles are going to be even better this week. The offense was a little sluggish last week. Jalen Hurts was rusty from the concussion. I would fully expect that Jalen Hurts is going to be better this week. So taking all that into account, I'm really thinking about it hard. I'll give you my official prediction at the end of the week, and we're going to talk about all the games, all 4 games. And I just think the Eagles not only going to win, I think they're going to do it handily. I think they're going to get up on the Rams, and you know what the Eagles do. They get ahead, and then they pound the ball with Saquon Barkley in the second half. Run, run, run. In fact, Saquon Barkley rushed for over 2,000 yards this season. Well, it was 2003, 2006 yards. Most of his yards, 1,200 of those yards, came in the second half of football games. That's what the Eagles do. They wear you down. They run the ball with Barkley. The defense gets tired, and all of a sudden, Barkley breaks with them, like he almost did at the end of the game last week. So I could see that happening again. Barkley rushed for 255 freaking yards the last time they played the Rams in LA. I think AJ Brown's going to have a big game because he only caught 1 pass for 10 yards last week. And that's what happens. AJ Brown, the greasy wheel, gets the oil. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's it. That saying is as old as dirt. But they're older than me. Again, I look at it. I just about know what my name is here. But I'm trying to quote people out of it. Anyway, AJ Brown's going to have a big game. Mark my word. Always listen to Daddy. Daddy knows what's best. So, we're going to talk more about the Eagles all week. But I really am starting to like the Eagles even more than before. People were saying, who do you want to win, the Vikings or the Rams? And at the time I was thinking about it, I said Vikings, because we saw what the Vikings were on Monday. They're a good team. They won 14 games this year, but they're nothing to great shakes, especially the quarterback. The quarterback position is so vital to a football team. And I just didn't like the road the Vikings were playing with the end. They choked against the Lions, especially the quarterback Sam Darnold. And I just didn't think the way they were playing. So at the time, I would have said, let's play the Vikings, okay? We beat them before, we'll beat them again. And I said, I don't want to play the Rams. I don't want to play the Rams because they're more experienced. They've been there before. They just won a Super Bowl a couple of years ago. And Matthew Stafford was a hell of a lot better quarterback than Sam Darnold is. So, but now I'm thinking about it. Well, we don't have any choice because we're playing the Rams. That's who it is. But the more I think about it, the more I like the matchup for the Eagles. And so let's see what happens, right? How about those Sixers? How pathetic. They lost last night to Oklahoma City, which is one of the best teams in basketball. There's no shame in losing to them. Did you see the lineup that the Sixers presented last night? The top five guys, Maxey, Paul George, Joel Embiid, all these guys, they didn't play. They were all hurt or rested or whatever. They put out a lineup there. It's like a JV sport, like super parts, like my old stuff. Um, yeah, there's the thing. It's just I think what's got to happen is they need to fire the coach because I'm too impressed with him. But especially fire the general manager. He is a dope. Fire him and start from scratch and trade away whoever you can trade away. If you can dump dump his ends. Whoever take them, start over, get some draft picks, get some new basketball people in the run the population, and to start over. Maybe before that new arena is built or completed in 2031, 6 years from now, maybe the Sixers will actually be a decent team. Huh? Good thing we have the Eagles to take on line for things like that. Huh? By the way, it's National Hat Day. And today I'm wearing the Liberty Bell Phillies hat. This is the hat that they wore in spring training last year. There you go. It's a hell of a hat, isn't it? Yeah. I like it. I thought about, since it's National Hat Day, of getting all my hats here and showing them to you. Because I do have quite a collection, I must admit. But that sucks. I'm not doing that shit. Do you wear a hat? A lot of people don't wear hats anymore. It used to be a big thing. Did you ever see these old photos of people going to the baseball game, like back when Babe Ruth was playing? People would actually get dressed up in suits and ties and wear a hat, like a fedora hat, to the games. And it's like, what the hell? It's like they're going to church or something. That's what people did. They didn't wear t-shirts. Nowadays, compared to those guys, we look like pigs, like sloppy pigs. Look at it. Some kind of freaking hoodie. What the hell? But I tell you what, you have to be impressed. They had a photo of a guy, the crowd, 1925, 100 years ago. They're out there watching Babe Ruth play. And all these guys in the crowd are wearing suits and ties and hats. And I'm like, what the hell was this? It was just a whole different time, a whole different time. I guess, when you think about it, it was kind of a simpler time. Think about it, 100 years ago. What would you been doing? What would you been doing? 100 years ago, you go to a ball game, you're wearing a suit and tie on your head, and you had no phone to carry up, no internet, right? No streaming services, nothing like that. You're just going to the free game. The peanuts cost like a nickel. You go keep score, remember? Some people still keep score, but not like the old days. They used to give you like a little wooden red pencil there that was barely sharpened, and the end with a scorecard, and you were writing down the grade, like you're going to keep it forever. Yeah, like it's a round or something. And it was a much simpler time, and I'm thinking maybe it was a better time. I don't know. Maybe it was. All right, before I go, I gotta tell you this news, and I'm going to get a little bit more information, which I'll tell you about getting ready. I'm going to be appearing as a guest. Can you believe this? As a guest on somebody else's podcast. How hard up are we at? Jesus. No, it's not the National Tom Cruise Lookalike podcast. It is it's a publisher. I've set I've got a collection of short stories. I just finished 30 short stories. I just finished it, and I'm starting to send it around the different publishers and agents, and hopefully they're going to be interested. In fact, I have an interview with an agent from mine next Monday. As Donald Trump is being sworn in, I'm going to be meeting with the agent. So, no comment. Anyway, but not only that, this publisher that I sent painful to, I gave a little background about moi, and the fact that, blah, 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 and I'm like one of the oldest people in the world, blah, 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 and all that shit. So, darling, Frankie, would you come on a podcast? So me, as stupid as it is, I said, yeah, you okay. No, it should be good. I don't really know much about it. Maybe I'm like entering some sort of I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm in. I don't know what. All I know is it's a publisher and it's good. And if it'll help get my short story collection published, so y'all out there can read my stories and enjoy them, well then the more power. That's great. That's good. So I'll give you more info as I get it. I'm going to keep the podcast at 90 minutes. Well, you don't need to talk as I do here. 90 minutes. What the hell am I going to do? I better bring dogs in here to help me, huh? We'll put Katie go on the podcast for a good 20 of those 20 minutes. Anyway, February the 4th, I taped it. So I'll give you all the details after that. Where to watch it, how to watch it. If you really, really want to torture yourself and you want to see me as a guest on somebody else's freaking podcast, well, you good. So I just thought I'd throw it out there. But it should be. So there's a lot of stuff coming up. I'm going to be under the knife pretty soon. What I'm really looking forward to, other than seeing clearly, which is a big thing. What kind of music is this surgeon going to be playing in the when I had this red eye done, it was 2 days before Christmas. And the only thing, they give you a little something to relax. I wasn't sleeping through the thing. I was sort of in twilight, like La La Land. And one of the things I remember was the music that they were playing in the operating room. And since it was before Christmas, they were playing what's it called? Trans-Siberian Orchestra. That, and you feel like banging your head, head banging. But I couldn't. They had my head, clamped down or something, so I wouldn't move. And little did I know they had something over my eye to keep my eye open. God forbid I blinked, right? God forbid. So that's one of the things of Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So now I'm kind of curious, what kind of freaking music are they going to play when they do the lefty? And I said to the doctor when I met with him last week, I said, well, I can make you up a whole new playlist of eye songs. And he just laughs. I said, smoke gets in your eye, Spanish eyes, my eyes adored you, blue eyes, all eye songs. And I would give him the exclusive rights to, so that he could play that for future eye surgeries and his patients can enjoy it. From me to so anyway. So there's a lot going on, and I'm glad you're with me on the ride, on the journey together, right? All right, well, I guess that's it for today. Now, tomorrow I'll be back because not only are we going to talk more football as we get closer to the weekend and all these games, we got 4 games coming up too. I can't wait to see not only the Eagles game, Sunday's going to be better. We got the Eagles, and then you got that big one, Baltimore Ravens at Buffalo Bills. I mean, this is like Godzilla versus King Kong going at it. You know it? Oh my God, 2 Titans. So I'll share my thoughts, whatever it's worth, with you as the week goes on. And don't forget, I think we'll probably do a movie classic of the week, either tomorrow or Friday, okay? And we'll talk movies like we usually do. And who knows what else, right? All right, everybody, have a great day. Peace and love. Wear a hat to the Passion National Hat Day, yeah? Wear a hat to the dining room table. You know, everybody was saying, what the hell are you wearing a hat for? National Hat Day, what the hell is wrong with you? And peace and love. Take care, everybody. See you next time.